And welcome back. Well, our next guests are on a mission to promote health and wellness as a complement to traditional cancer care.
Yeah, it's their belief that everyone should have access to treatment and therapy, so their programs are all free. And joining us now is the founder of Sisters for Cure, Phyllis Holder, along with Julie Hunley. She's a professor of occupational therapy at Mount Mary University. We're excited to have you ladies here.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much. And I know your experience is that you're a retired advanced practice nurse, so you bring that to this organization too, which is awesome. So let's talk a little bit about Sisters for Cure and how you got started.
Sisters for Cure is an organization that's a labor of love and also a necessity, an answer to prayer. As a instructor of nursing for the past 20 years before I retired, I just love to interact with people and to teach not only what to do at the bedside, but how to move and be in the community as well. And I would have students volunteer with me at different events. And so that, when I received a diagnosis of breast cancer, translated into the need to start an organization that addressed some of the issues that I saw women and their families face. And so Sisters for Cure started as a grassroots movement that was focused on health and wellness and prevention from the beginning. And that was prevention of recurrence, because that's where our hearts and minds were, a group of ladies who had breast cancer in the rearview mirror. And we wanted to look at what the research said to prevent recurrence, okay? And then in investigating and doing more and learning more, we discovered that the same things were risk reductions for the general population. So we became a twofold type of two-prong approach when we spoke and gave the information to others and had interactive classes. Everyone's welcome, the grandmother who received a diagnosis of cancer as well as her grandchildren, because they can learn and then we reach more than that person who received a diagnosis.
So all the things that you do within the health and the wellness, it not only can help prevent cancer due to the research that you've found, as well as help the recurrence of it. What kinds of things are you doing that do help prevent and help the reoccurrence to not come? What does the research say?
The research says the findings, more evidence is being uncovered and supports the notion that there are three things that are within our control to try to reduce the risk of cancer, not just breast cancer, but of a certain group of cancers, the primary occurrence and recurrence, and that's our lifestyle habits. That if we look at weight control, and in our community there's abundance of obesity. You know, so if we looked at the things that can harm, like obesity, a sedentary lifestyle, so that's lack of exercise and unhealthy eating. So those three things, you know, obesity, lifestyle issues where you're on the couch more than on your feet, and you're sitting there eating some of the things that aren't good for you in abundance, rather than changing your mindset and focus on what could be, you know, a better item. So those three things are what prevent cancer, have been demonstrated and shown to prevent recurrence and to be used as a tool to prevent cancer, just like smoking cessation has been in the past. Now these are the factors that we need to control and use as preventive tools, because we know this to be true. Just like smoking cessation has such a success with the reduction of the rate of lung cancer, if we just use what we know, then we can be proactive and get a grip on reducing the rate of cancer before it even occurs.
And I want to talk about your resources too in just 1 second, but is it true that research shows a link between an early first period in girls and a higher risk of developing breast cancer?
That is true. There's evidence that suggests that there's a period where environmental harm, you know, toxins in our environment, the things in our homes and in our communities do pose risk to our girls because of hormonal influences and hormonal imbalances that can occur. And so if this is being suggested by the research, then common sense and concern would be to try to remove those things, like using BPA-free products in our homes, you know, glass in the kitchen and bottles that are BPA-free for our babies, and, you know, to just go ahead and look at what can cause harm and remove it from their environment so that we do what we can and understand that, you know, we're trying to get them to grow up healthy, which in itself is a suit of armor, you know, against future disease. And cancer is a chronic disease, you know, so we're trying to protect against all chronicity of the diseases that plague our community.
We're out of time, but I want you to have a second to just say how important yoga is, because that's really the thing that you guys are doing to promote also de-stressing and wellness. As an occupational therapist, what does that do for the body?
It helps individuals have a higher opportunity to re-engage in the things that they care about. So if you're balanced in your mind and your body, it can be a vehicle for doing the things that are important to you, and doing more things helps to breed more health in your life.
Is there research that proves yoga is a direct link?
Yes. To increasing mood, increasing engagement in physical activity, and higher levels of engagement in physical activity will decrease inflammation in the body and promote higher levels of health and wellness.
And we've heard before on the show, inflammation is the reason for so many of these diseases.
Absolutely.
You have this great research study that is going on right now. It's you've got restorative yoga for health after breast cancer. It's a study right now, and to participate, you have to be an African-American woman, and you have to have completed treatments at least 3 months ago. There's free transportation money involved. You can find out more by sistersforacure.org or call the number on your screen at 414-530-5621. That's for the research study for restorative yoga. Also, you have free yoga, and you have other health and wellness courses going on with nutrition and yoga and more. That's the first and third Thursday of every month. Space is limited, so you do have to call for more information at 414-530-5621 or sistersforcure.org. Again, is the same website to learn more. Thanks so much for being here, ladies.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Great information.
Thank you.
Thank you.